Hello and welcome to this lesson in the Writer's Guide to Free Write. In this class, we'll delve into the technique of writing forward by exploring 12 practical tips that enhance your drafting efficiency and productivity. By focusing on reducing distractions, resisting the urge to edit as we write, and embracing the spontaneity of a messy first draft, you'll foster a more creative and liberating writing experience. Remember that the goal of free writing is to translate your thoughts into writing on the page, nothing else. Revising is a step for later in the writing process and should be reserved for later stages. But that's easier said than done, isn't it? If you haven't tried drafting forward before, or maybe you have but you've gotten a little rusty, it's helpful to follow several rules to avoid distractions and editing as you go that really come so naturally to writers. So to guide your practice, we've compiled our 12 best tips for drafting forward. Try these during your next writing session and see how they streamline your drafting process and increase your productivity during the drafting stage. Number 1, save research for later, or start with it. Yes, research is important for many forms of writing, but it can also quickly turn into a form of procrastination. Complete the bulk of your research before you start writing, or if it's a topic you know well, commit to doing any fact-checking afterward. When you're drafting and come to a place where you need to gather more information, simply leave a note to yourself right there in the text and continue drafting. Number 2, set a specific goal. Begin with a clear understanding of what you want to accomplish each time you sit down to write. This goal can be as tangible as an outline or notes written on sticky notes, or it can simply be write for 25 minutes. If you enjoy timed sprints, check out the Pomodoro method. Number 3, fight your inner critic and commit to a messy first draft. Avoid the urge to critique or edit your work as you go. Instead, concentrate on getting your thoughts down without judgment. We recommend stating it outright. I am going to write a messy first draft. Number 4, eliminate external distractions. We've done the hard work for you by creating Free Write. Now, put your phone in the other room, turn off the TV, and start writing. Number 5, turn off your inner spell check. Free Write has no spell check or grammar check for a reason. Every squiggly line is a distraction, and it's a moment when your writing flow is broken and you have to resist the powerful urge to go back and fix typos. Even if your eyes recognize typos, practice ignoring them until your brain is trained to do so automatically. Number 6, avoid overthinking. Trust your instincts and write without overanalyzing each sentence. Did that last sentence make sense? Who cares? Anything goes in a messy first draft. Keep writing and you'll refine and revise later. Number 7, write quickly. This is just another way to trick your brain into writing from that deep, creative place that can't be reached when you're overthinking. Strive for a flow state when you're able to type as quickly as your thoughts come to you. Number 8, keep moving forward. If you encounter writer's block or a difficult section, resist the temptation to stop and dwell on it. Skip to another part and return to that challenging section later. We like adding a note to ourselves right there in the draft to remind us to come back to that spot when editing. Number 9, use placeholders. If you can't think of the right word or need to look up a source, just insert a placeholder and keep writing. You'll find those placeholders and fill in those gaps during the editing phase. Number 10, accept redundancy. Often while drafting, a brilliant sentence will come to us, but it describes something we just talked about. What do? Don't go back and delete and replace that first sentence. Simply keep writing the new one. These redundancies are easy to correct later. Number 11, no backtracking. While free write devices do have backspace keys, we'd like to challenge you to use them as little as possible, or not at all. Remember, anything can be fixed later, but your writing flow is fragile. Number 12, experiment. Try different styles and approaches without judgment. You can compare and contrast and pick the best one later during your editing stage. Right now, just focus on the joy of creating something out of nothing but thoughts in your head. Remember, this is a judgment-free zone. When you try forward drafting, you might unlock a new way of writing that you might not have experienced since you were a kid. You'll be surprised by how much you write and the creative ideas your imagination comes with, and how much fun you have in the process. Thanks for joining me on this lesson. Write on.